Hey guys, welcome back. Aurabomb here, bringing you the next part of our Rayquaza versus Shiftry live game matches. Now, by the time this goes up, you should have already seen the Rayquaza deck profile and the Shiftry deck profile, so you guys have a better idea what's in these decks. We're going to be playing one game, because what we are going to be doing, by the way, this is all post-rotation, but we're going to be doing, like for the next couple of days, we're going to have one game of a post-rotation matchup versus two decks, usually some new decks from Celestial Storm or the new Dragon set that's coming out. Deck profiles using deck profiles of each deck, and then another game again after those deck profiles. So just get used to that schedule. That's going to be hopefully happening the majority of July. I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm not recording in my house right now because I'm so behind on schedule. I'm actually, and my parents are home being loud. I had to go to a friend's house. My friends are being kind of loud, but I think it's a lot less loud than my house, so I should be able to like work with some audio shenanigans and make this work. I'm gonna lead Drampa. My opponent's gonna go first because I won the last. Did I win the last game? I don't remember actually. But regardless, my opponent's going first. Maybe I don't remember. I won a game. My opponent won a game. I should be going first, but I think it's just because this is a different day. But anyways, she's gonna get Nest Ball. She's still playing Shiftry Zoroark. And she got a turn 1 Nest Ball, which is good. I have my lead Drampa. It's actually not a bad lead. It's not nearly as good as Latios, but it's the next best thing, right? Because we can attack and we accelerate energies. I'm going to try to get myself Latios and a bunch of Rayquazas down. Just start accelerating early game so that we can take some big knockouts throughout the game. Do remember that this is post-rotation. And don't forget to drop a like on the video if you're ready, you know how it is. We're trying to get all these videos to like 80 likes. That'd be greatly appreciated. I'm going to draw here, get myself a stretcher. My hand is a little bit weird. There's not too much I can really do here. I can attach an energy to the active and I guess copycat my opponent, but overall my hand's looking kind of weak. So we're gonna copycat here. I believe that's for 5 cards maybe. I don't actually know. Overall, I don't like copycat. I'm gonna make that very clear in all my videos. I don't think copycat's that good of a card, but it's all we really got right now, so we're just gonna rock with it. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, so I don't think I mentioned this yet, but I did in my other best of 3 match that we recorded. I still want to try out some experience shares and like lilies in here and stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be trying out those cards. But regardless, this is not too bad. We can get Rayquaza here and not have to use his ability and just accelerate a single energy. I could also get Latios, but there's not really a point in doing that. I think I'm just going to get Rayquaza and use my Drampa's attack to accelerate energy. I'm not going to use Rayquaza's ability here because I don't want to accidentally discard Latios Prism. That'd be a huge blow to this deck, and it's a Prism card, so I can't get it back. So I'm just going to go ahead and just play it down without using its ability and then attack with Drampa to accelerate energy onto it. Overall, it's a very weak start for my hand, but we can definitely bounce back. This deck is really good at bouncing back, especially in this current format. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and play it down. No point in me using its ability. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and attack here for 20. No Devoured Field, which would have been really nice to put it in range of a 2-hit KO, but my opponent did miraculously get turn 2 Shiftry. Probably has a there it is, the DC, ready to just start blowing me away, and Ultra Ball for a copycat here so that they can take an Oko. At this point, I'm going to need quite a few cards. A Guzma, a Latios Prism, a couple of Rayquazas down, just like this the works, you know what I mean? But my hand is looking kind of weak, so it's probably not going to happen. But hey, maybe some good stuff will happen here. I'm going to go ahead and play the treasure to get myself a Latios. No, wait a minute. It's still my turn. I'm sorry, I just looked down for half a second. Don't want to get ahead in the game. It's still my opponent's turn. They're playing copycat. They're going to go ahead and draw 4. And let's see. I still have Cynthia in hand. I have an energy I can attach, I suppose. Let's see what I top deck. This is good too. Is that a Cynthia or a Guzma? I actually can't tell. It should be a Cynthia, right? I'm looking at my discard pile to see if it's worth what's worth getting here. And I don't really want to discard anything in my hand. Choice bands can give me knockouts. Ooh, a phone is ringing. Why do people still have household? It's 2018. Get rid of that crap. Anyways, sorry if you guys can hear background noise. I did mention that earlier, but hopefully it's not going to be too loud. I'm going to go ahead and get my Latios Prism here. And I'm hoping that, in an ideal world, Cynthia is like the most clutch card ever and can miraculously create a switch in this deck. I don't know how I'm going to get around this situation, to be honest. I might have to just sack off Rayquaza here. I could also GX, which is a definite possibility, but then my opponent can just judge me, so I don't know if I'm like the biggest fan of GXing, because I kind of want to save it for a Tapu Koko GX in the future. That could definitely take some big knockouts if I play around all the plays, but we'll just see here. We'll see if I can get off like a bunch of cards down. GXing is never bad as long as I have a decent board state, like right here. Like I'm losing my Koko, which means I feel a little bit safer GXing. And I haven't manually attached yet, so I can still manually attach. And I think I'm probably going to just pull off the GX play here. Even if my opponent judges me, I'm going to have a couple dragons down, and I'm going to have Latios that I can attack with. So I don't remember if I manually attached yet. I don't think I have, because I'm pretty sure that energy came from Drampa in the active. So I can just manually attach to Latios Prism, assuming I didn't forget here. And we lost another Rayquaza, but a stretcher exists, so I play 2 stretchers in this deck for this exact reason. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we are going to manually attach. And Bicycle here, aka Acro Bike. I guess it doesn't really matter what we do here, because we are probably going to GX. I might not GX, I don't know. This is actually a good time for me to Palpad, though. I can discard that thing, I can Palpad here, and yeah. Okay, so I am probably going to GX here. Ooh. Oh man, now they're showering. Well, hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm going to try to edit things out, and if you guys can hear a bunch of background noise, hopefully I can just increase the music. But yeah, yikes, man. I have to record these videos right away before I go on vacation. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and GX, discard, and draw 10. It's pretty strong if your opponent doesn't judge you. And if people don't play Judge, it's pretty strong, because there's going to be a lot of decks that don't play Judge early format. A lot of people are against Judge, that's just what I'm expecting. But my opponent's most likely just going to try to find a Judge here. If they don't find a Judge here, then I get myself a sweet 11 card hand after my top deck next turn, which should help me set up quite a bit. Hopefully I can get another stretcher to get more dragons down, and I don't know, we'll see from there. So what I'm interested in is trying to figure out what other dragon type Pokemon I can play in this deck, because ideally, there's a Judge, yeah. Ideally I get like another dragon, 2 more dragons down, King Guzma, and attack with Latios. That would be like best case scenario. That's 5 energy accelerations that turn. That's kind of wild. But I don't know how many energies I have in this card pile. Probably not that many, because we have been attaching them with Rayquazas after the discard. We did get a Cynthia, a manual attachment, choice band, nothing too exciting here. And they are just going to take a knockout, so I'm going to go ahead and manually attach a choice band there, and just Cynthia. I mean, we are attacking with good old Latios now, so we're going to at least get 2 energy attachments here, I think. So that's not too bad. Ideally, I do give myself a stretcher and maybe some Rayquazas back down. I just like the name of the game is to get as many dragons down on the board as you can early game, so that you can really abuse Latios Prism's attack. Of course, I'm already in a good position here, because oh, perfect, look at that hand. Of course, I have the stretcher, right? Is that the stretcher? Yeah, that's a stretcher. I can shuffle in both Rayquazas back into the deck and then get them both out, as well as put back a Coco or a Lele. I don't think there's a point in getting Coco back because we already GX, so probably just going to put Lele back in the deck just so I have some stuff to do later. We're going to shuffle those boys back in, and we're definitely going to get 2 of them back, so we're just going to have a board full of dragons in a second. We have a lot of energies in the discard pile, and we're going to use our ability too, so we might even be able to discard more. Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. I'll keep the Ultra Ball in my hand for a future Lele, probably. That feels like the best play here. But we are going to shuffle, and we're going to use our ability. We haven't manually attached, have we? I don't think we have. So maybe that wasn't my best play to discard the Grass Energy, but I'd rather discard the Grass Energy than the Ultra Balls or the Choice Band, because I kind of need those. But yeah, we're at least accelerating 3 energy. Look at that. We discarded a bunch of energy too, so like overall it's looking kind of powerful. What I could do is definitely get that 4th Rayquaza and just attack here. It's not a it's not a bad play, but it does make me vulnerable to like being stuck the rest of the game. But like just with my board state right now, it could be worth it, but I'm not even that worried about it, because it would put me at a 0 card hand, which is good against Shiftry, and give me 4 dragons on the board, which is good as well, because I'm about to accelerate 4 energies, and that's going to start blowing things away. So even though we had that really rough start, we have a chance of picking things back up here, because even though my opponent has a Shiftry and a Zoroark, that's all they have. If I knock out a Shiftry, then they don't have a really good attacker this upcoming turn. I'm choosing not to Ultra Ball though, just to make sure I have Lele plays for the future. So I'm not that worried about it. But look at that, I have 2, 4, not counting the active, I have 7 energies on the board. That's hitting 210 with a choice band that's 240. And that's assuming we don't get any manual attachment next turns. My opponent is going to get a Nest Ball here to get another C-Dot down, because she sees the writing on the wall. She's ready to set up another Shiftry if she can. She's going to Mallow here as well. So no judges. I think it's because she knows she can get the same number of cards. And we don't even have to hit 240, because we already put my opponent in range, thanks to Drampa and Latios just putting that chip damage on the board. Banded Latios putting 60 on the board is really, really useful, because that means we only have to hit 180, 160, which is thanks to Drampa, but Drampa's math didn't help at all, so it's whatever. We'll see what we can accomplish here. I have to really work on like this audio editing, because it's gonna be real loud. I can already tell, because I'm recording in my buddy's room, who is in the shower is like literally the next wall over, and some people are showering because, you know, it is what it is, right? But they're gonna go ahead and mallow, put some mallow shenanigans there, manually attach, and I think, can they cut down to 3? I think what they have to do is Ultra Ball and keep a Pokemon in their hand for the following turn, and that would put them down to 3 cards, and that should make them the same number so they can take a knockout on Latios. Once they knock out Latios, you are pretty safe because there's no more Latios Prism. But like I said, 1 or 2 attacks with Latios Prism really does dictate the board state for the rest of the game. That's why it's so strong. At first I was like, I was impressed by Latios, but I wasn't like super impressed because it does get knocked out and it's gone for the rest of the game. But realistically, in this deck, you only need that 1 or 2 turns of Latios. In this case, we only had 1 turn to attack with Latios, and that did everything that we needed to do for the rest of the game. So literally, we're set for the rest of the game. She's gonna put Shiftry in her hand, telling me she has Rare Candy, but she needs to keep it in her hand to attack with Zoroark. So she's gonna take the knockout on Latios, and I'll put that in the remove from play area, or lost zone, I guess, in a second. But we are taking knockout here, and as long as she doesn't set up any crazy Latios next turn, we should be okay. I am definitely going to use that Ultra Ball I saved in my hand to get judged though, because I don't want her to get any guaranteed Shiftries next turn. So we are definitely going to judge after we attach some stuff. We use this choice band on the active just because, like, you know, we're probably going to be attacking twice with the active. I'm contemplating putting in the active because it can get revenged, but just because if she doesn't land it, then we can take some knockouts easier with the choice band and the active. So I'm probably just going to do that. But we are going to judge here. We can't let your opponent, you can't ever let your opponent get what they want. You know what I'm saying? She probably had DCE, Shiftry, Rare Candy in her hand. Those are probably your 3 cards right there. It's ready to start blowing me away. Maybe even like trade into something like a Judge or some garbage. So I'm ready to take some knockouts. Here we can actually Ultra Ball for another Rayquaza. I think we have enough energies on the board to not really worry about it, but it's definitely a possibility because we do have like Lele in hand, so we're pretty safe. But here's where those experience shares would come into play, because we could attach those experience shares to Lele and then like just keep loading up energies on Lele's that get knocked out, which is pretty cool. But overall, I think we're fine. I think we're fine, at least in this current build. I'm gonna be working out some other things, so don't get me wrong, guys. I am gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball for that Rayquaza, just use some abilities and just keep getting energies on the board. The more energies on the board, the safer we'll be, because we have 2 Rayquazas that are just a manual attachment away from being able to attack. So we just want to make sure we constantly have energies on the board. We did lose a Pal Pad there. We are playing 2 Pal Pads, if you guys remember, but you know, we're in an okay position. We have a lot of energies down there too, dude. If you guys don't know what Zoroark GX does, it's a GX attack. It's the same thing as turn energies. You can attach 5 energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. So imagine having like Zoroark in here, free retreat on your Rayquazas, and that amazing GX attack with 5 energies in discard pile right now. That could have been strong. But my opponent did not get what they wanted, and already we're swinging the momentum back into our game. Of course, my opponent is literally 1 Shiftry away from winning the game, but right now we're in such a good position. I'm perfectly okay with how we're set right now. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energies. We are hitting for 240 without the choice band. 270 with the choice band. We're hitting big numbers with just 1 Latios attack. I'm sorry I keep ranting about it, but this deck is actually like, I actually have a lot of fun playing this deck. I've been looking for a deck that's similar to this. I love hoarding energies on the board. So it's actually really cool that we have like a card like this. I just get really excited about playing Rayquaza. I love Rayquaza. I wasn't a big fan of Mega Ray. First of all, I like Rayquaza more than I like Mega Ray as far as design goes. I know a lot of people like hate me for that, including a lot of my friends, but I think Mega Ray is a little bit over the top. I like the regular Rayquaza as it is. So it's really exciting for me to be playing a deck that's just Rayquaza. That's actually really good. She's gonna play Cynthia here, see if she can get any Zoroark Shiftries. Of course, if she evolves into a Shiftry and doesn't take a knockout here, that's gonna be very awkward for her. She could always confuse me, but I have access to Guzma's. But I mean, maybe that's exactly what she needs to do, right? Confuse me, force me to Guzma and take a different knockout, and then come in with like a Shiftry with the right hand size to take a knockout the following turn. But unfortunately, she's just gonna go ahead and evolve into C-Dot here, and C-Dot has a really cool attack to. Oh, she's going to retreat, actually, not attack. But C-Dot's attack is really interesting. It can look at your opponent's hand and shuffle back in a supporter that's in there, so it can disrupt quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and manually attach here, setting up another Rayquaza, Acrobike, and I guess I kind of want to keep the energy. That's an acrobat, by the way, if you guys don't remember from the last video. The backwards card is an acrobat. But we're going to go ahead and take a knockout here, and we are just one GX attack away, or one GX knockout away from winning the game. And we have plenty of energies on the board to do so. So all you have to do is see what we can get here. If my opponent can get Shiftry, DCE, and the same number of cards this turn, they win the game. But if they can't, then we win the game, and that's pretty exciting for me and for us. Yeah. So right now this is game point. We both want to win this turn. But if my opponent does not land Shiftry DCE here, then I think we managed to steal this game. Another thing she can do is, even if she whiffs the DCE, she could always use her GX attack to shuffle back in my Rayquaza and all the energies, leaving me with only 3, 4, 5, 6 energies on the board, hitting what, 60, 180. That's not enough for a knockout. I would need another manual attachment and a choice band to take a knockout. So that's another option she has if she can find the Shiftry, but it looks like she did not find the Shiftry. So I think with that, we potentially win this game if we just have Guzma for next turn. Yeah, looks like she did whiff the Shiftry, unfortunately. She's going to shuffle back in my Cynthia, but I do have Lele in my hand, so as long as I have a Guzma in the deck, we should be okay. We did discard a bunch early game, but I did use Palpad to shuffle one back in, so if I didn't discard it again with another Acrobike or Rayquaza, we should have it in deck, and there it is right there. So that is game for Rayquaza. Rayquaza definitely showing off how powerful it is. I think it's one of the more competitive decks we're gonna have post rotation. Shiftry Zoroark, I'm not too sure how I feel about it yet. I think it has potential. It's one of the few decks that can hit 210 with relative ease because we have Copycat and Judge in the format, and Zoroark that can help you with your deck numbers, your hand numbers, I mean. But I'm not too sure, man. It's still a stage 2, it still needs 2 energy attachments, so we'll have to see. Anyways, drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe, share all that good jazz. Tomorrow, where there's going to be a whole new set of decks, a whole new matchup, and I'm really excited for you guys to see it. These next 2, I think, are going to be a little bit more towards the fun side of the games, but we're going to be picking up more competitive games here in a couple of days as well. So definitely don't forget to check back tomorrow, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification if you want notifications on when we get the uploads. Expect them, I think, around 9 a.m. Central Standard Time every day. That's going to be what I'm going to shoot for. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.